Hello everyone, it's me Jenny and it's time for a 2 o'clock in the morning movie review, and I haven't done this in a little while, so bear with me. Also, usually I try and watch the movie and review the movie on the same day. Often my best reviews are the spur of the moment ones, like I've literally just watched it and it's just thoughts as they come. I watched this film nearly a week ago, so bear with me because my thoughts have kind of clouded. But here we go. Today's movie review is going to be of The Wolf of Wall Street, which I found on Netflix, presumably because of the Leo, Leonardo DiCaprio buzz that's been going on for the last couple of weeks because of the Oscars, which he finally won. Woo! And so I decided to watch Wolf of Wall Street just because it happened to be on Netflix, and I thought, high time I watched it. And my quick review for this is a very good dark comedy. It's definitely not a light-hearted film, but the sense of humour is very off-kilter, and it's not depressing in a weird way. It could be a very, very depressing film, but the way that it's edited, it's very satirical. It's not, as I said, it's not a light-hearted film, it's definitely a dark comedy, but it's not without humour. Different direction and different actors are the only thing that could turn this film from being incredibly depressing into what it is, which is a very dark, very humorous film. The kind of arc of this story is not nice people making not good decisions with zero consequences, and you're waiting and waiting to see the fall of these characters who are not good characters. Kind of the anticipation of seeing bad guys get their comeuppance is kind of what's charging the energy of the movie, and you're waiting for the downfall of these people who are your heroes, but because they have such high charisma, because the way that the movie's paced and the kind of wish fulfillment frivolity of it all, you also hope that they don't get their downfall, and that juxtaposition is what carries this film. The fact that it's bad people doing bad things, and yet it's also wish fulfillment. It's also, you know, will they get away with it? And Leonardo DiCaprio and most of the rest of the cast as well, and I say most of the rest of the cast just because I can't name everyone off the top of my head, but like all of the cast that I can think of, carry that through with such overwhelming charisma that you are rooting for them even though you don't like what they're doing. And that's kind of the message of this film, and it's very well done. It's the temptation of wealth and power. I really like the way that they charge through the decades. I like the way that they kind of build the story. I love the kind of documentary slash advert aspects that constantly come in to this film. The fact that they're often referencing that style, specifically of adverts, but also of documentaries, in the things like walking towards camera, doing the monologues, the breaking the fourth wall, the kind of over-the-top editing and concepts that are edited in there, including like direct reference to adverts. It kind of sets you in the time, and it sets you kind of in that sort of surreal being involved and not being involved, what counts as the truth and what doesn't count as the truth, which is all messages that get circulated throughout the film. And the interesting thing again is you like these characters, even when the main character is at his lowest point, when he's done some truly despicable, awful things, you're still almost rooting for him, which is extraordinary and a credit to the script and to the direction and to the performances in this film. I think the music's really well done, the pace is really well done, the rhythm to every scene is really well done, particularly if you go to the early scene with the, you know, the chest pumping. It's that sort of level, but it's also, some of the scenes that I need to highlight are things like the head shaving scene, where it's this complete overwhelming concept of joy and over the top, like, gluttony and happiness and money being thrown everywhere and prostitutes walking left, right and centre and all of that, and yet you have this woman whose head being shaved and she's got a smile on her face, but there's, despite everything that you see on screen, there's kind of pain there, and it's a perfect bit of visual storytelling in that there's no dialogue towards the end of that scene, it's just music and noise, and yet it's saying pretty much the entire story of the film in one go. And it's a slow burning film, it's a long film, and yet you never feel like you're stuck in one moment. You're constantly moving forward. It's a brilliantly paced film. and I just really loved it. Obviously there's a lot of stuff to do with the perception of women, which is maybe not the most friendly thing, but the fact is it's commenting on it. It's not just saying it. It is very much a very complex film. As I said, very well directed, very good acted. I'm surprised there wasn't an Oscar, but you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's finally got it, so woo. I like a lot of comedy actors coming into this doing a serious role, and a lot of serious actors doing a more comedic part. I just genuinely really enjoyed this movie. I probably wouldn't buy it on DVD. It's not going to go up into my top list of top 50 movies. I have 300 movies behind me. It's, you know, top 50. Probably wouldn't get into the top 50, and I'm not going to rush out and buy it, but I did really enjoy it. I think it was a really great cinematic experience, and I would recommend it if you are into Leonardo DiCaprio or dark comedy, or just well-directed, well-shot films that say a lot of things at once. But yeah, that's my review. Feel free to comment, and I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.